Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Victoria 2 with the New Nations mod as the Mali Empire. In the last episode we have been dealing with our ongoing election and also watching this really big war that's going on. The Second Great War, primarily between the UK and France. It didn't actually happen from the contested colony that they had here in Inner Mauritania, which incidentally France at some point gave up to the UK. It was from a crisis over the acquisition of Venetia by Italy, so that has gone to war. England, despite being, or the UK, despite being our allies, did not call us in, which is probably for the best, since France is pretty well overrunning all of their land down here in Africa, so we probably would have been destroyed by them. But let's continue. Also have been losing some amount of money, and since I just reloaded the game here, it's going to be a little wonky for a minute. But let's see, we are trying to get the royal faction elected, so we want to have the fewest amount of people possible in favour of atheism, if we don't have a choice for moralism, which we don't. Maybe we are actually going to be making money now, that would be nice. Looks pretty good, for the moment at least. Lower factory costs and +1 prestige from that invention. Ottoman Empire has acquired Southern Macedonia, West Macedonia, and humiliated Greece. So, sucks for Greece, they just lost a bunch of land there. Austria-Hungary also in this war between France and the UK, getting destroyed by Russia, who are the other major player. So the royal faction is in favour of residency, that's what we will choose. So currently it's at 33%. It looks pretty clear that France is going to win that one, if things keep going the way they are. Voting rights, we should only why should only the rich be allowed to vote? We also pay taxes, so why shouldn't we have something to say in politics? The Industrial Revolution has empowered the middle class. More and more businessmen are making more and more money. It only seems natural that they demand voting rights. So we get ongoing elections, giving more consciousness. Rich strata gain militancy, middle strata become 5% more in favour of wealth-weighted voting, or rich strata become more in favour of landed voting. And lose consciousness. Well, I think we are heading in the direction of wealth-weighted voting anyway, so I don't really mind if they become more in favour of that. The other major theatre of this battle is over here in the north of France, where Britain have been going back and forth across the channel. They seem to have maybe a minor advantage here, but they both lost an awful lot of troops, I think, in this area. Anyway, our elections are finished and the nationalist faction is the ruling party. Okay, that's actually fine. We are okay with them. We only have interventionism now, which means we can't build factories personally, but we can at least expand them and subsidize them, so that's fine. And we have jingoism for war policy, which will be nice if we do want to go to war. Though we're not really in a position to do it just yet. Okay. Reactionaries declare victory. The Malian election has ended, with the leader of the reactionary party declaring victory from the steps of the presidential palace in Bamako. The Malian people have spoken. So Pops become 2% more reactionary, basically, and reactionaries lose militancy and consciousness. Okay, that's fine. 1 prestige from that invention. The UK does still have 126 brigades somewhere. France has 334, a large number of which are apparently in Africa. You can see 30 or so brigades. One of them just disappeared into the fog of war. There's another army over here. The UK's main army in Africa is down here. They've apparently finished sieging all of that French land. What is Spain up to? Apparently those troops are exiled. They were at war with Uganda down here. I'm not sure if they're involved in something else as well. Don't think they're in this war. Okay, they have succeeded in that war anyway. I think we are actually ahead of Spain in the rankings overall. We're in 10th place here, and yeah, Spain is all the way down in 15th. I think we probably are behind them in military though. So they're probably our most likely target for going to war against, but it's still probably going to be a while before we're strong enough to do that. 105 brigades, 13 tech compared to ours, which is 29 brigades and 11. We do actually have the ability to build a few more right now, which we probably will do. Our income is looking pretty bad again. Or actually, it's suddenly back to normal. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm assuming it's mostly industrial subsidies that are causing us to lose all of this money. We'll see what happens when this Great War is over. Maybe things will return to normal there. Things pretty even from battles, but from occupation. Mostly occupation of Austria-Hungary, I guess. France and Russia are winning. Our new First Minister is a great believer in reform, so we get extra ruling parties war political awareness, pop militancy reduced, and consciousness increased. Okay, that is fine. Okay, we are getting unemployed craftsmen in Bornu because our factory there is full. I'm kind of not really inclined to expand this right now because we are paying subsidies on it. I think that was actually the most expensive one. So even though we have unemployed craftsmen, I think we will hold off on upgrading that. I will upgrade this liquor distillery though, since it's apparently fairly profitable, or at least slightly profitable. And we have a clothes factory building in Western Mali, which I assume is thanks to our capitalist, since I don't think I built that. I will stop encouraging craftsmen here though. And move the focus there to Volta. Also have a liquor distillery in Volta. So that will be getting more employees. We should be on speed 4 here since not too much is going on that directly involves us. Let's check out how this is going. Oh, Russia actually has some troops over here. So I think that's going to be pretty bad for the UK. All this land is going to get sieged back. And that army might even cross over if they stop blockading this strait for long enough. Up to 37%, which is almost enough to equal the war goals, though they'll probably have to go beyond it a bit. We have Jacobin rebels, one of which we already defeated apparently. Get this army over here to take care of the other one. Eder Hezeland is full. We are already upgrading the liquor distillery. I guess we'll expand the glass factory as well. Puts us kind of low on money, but I think that's okay. I suppose I'll change the focus as well, so... what was that? Eder Hezeland? And we'll move it to Senegal, where I'm assuming we have some kind of factories. We have a small arms factory, okay. Debtor's prison, so we can have aristocrats lose militancy and capitalists gain it, or vice versa. I think we'll have the capitalists lose militancy. Probably makes very little difference either way on that one, I think. So I'm not going to increase my spending here before this battle, since it shouldn't really be necessary. War between Romania and Austria-Hungary. Ah, okay, so Romania has taken the opportunity of Austria-Hungary being pretty systematically pooped on by Russia to declare their own war, to take back some cores. Somewhere over here. UK is also against them, but of course they are busy with their French war. Even more Russian troops over here now. Though they aren't attacking this British army in Belgium. Are Belgium in this war? They're not. So I guess Russia can't get access into Belgium to attack them, probably. Up to 41% in France and Russia's favour there. Did somebody just add a war goal? France wants to acquire Togo from the UK. Oh, and Germany has declared war on the UK. And the UK calls us to arms. Well, we know that Germany has some presence in Africa. And I don't know how much, but I really don't like the idea of fighting them. They certainly have a reasonable amount of ships and enough troops to absolutely destroy me if they decide to transport any down here. So I think I'm going to have to decline this call. German liberation of British Osthanover. Yeah, much as I hate to lose my great power ally, I think I have to say no. We can possibly just get our alliance back with them anyway. Or get a different great power ally. We're still in Britain's sphere, I think, though, so that should be quite difficult to do. We're actually friendly with Germany. Let's see if they would accept an alliance. It's only minus 25 from our being in the UK's sphere. They're not impressed by our army and navy strength, though. Well, if they do manage to kick us out of the UK's sphere, it's possible we could get an alliance there. Transvaal wants access, that's okay. And we are losing a whole bunch of money and are actually completely out of funds. So much as I don't want to, I think I'm going to have to stop subsidizing some of my factories. The more expensive ones at least. Which seems like it's probably the fabric factory in Bornu and the cement factory in eastern Mali. Maybe the steel factory as well. Okay, we'll cancel those subsidies, see how that affects our income. Pretty positively. Also get extra tax efficiency, which should help us out on that score as well. Let's see. I suppose we could catch up in some of the techs that we're lagging the furthest behind in. Maybe some of these prestige techs. We're not going to get much of the shared prestige from inventions since we're pretty behind the times on those. At least until we get up to mass culture and the avant-garde, which can't be researched before 1900. We're not going to get there in time, though. We may as well get a few for the plus 5% to prestige, though. Should go fairly quickly. Okay, with this income, I'll repay the few loans that we took there. Lower factory costs is nice. And we can't really afford to fund any of these railroads just yet, but probably do that at some point. Okay, Austria-Hungary accepted peace from the Russian Empire. That is... it seems this war has developed into the Third Great War, but that seems to be the end of the big UK-France war. So Austria-Hungary has been cut down to size, Italy has acquired Venice, France has acquired Togo from the UK has been cut down to size, and 2 Great War capitulations. Okay, fine. Factory output efficiency. So this Third Great War is Germany and China, basically, also Belgium against, again, the UK and Austria-Hungary. So, yeah, I think all of the rest of these are just all of the UK's various dependencies. And the Netherlands is in there too. So I'm pretty sure the UK is going to have a pretty bad time in this one as well, because they definitely can't stand up to Germany, especially not after just losing another pretty large war against France. And, of course, Austria-Hungary is definitely going to get destroyed after the beating they took. So I guess we'll see if any of the British land in this area gets sieged up by the Germans. If so, it would pretty much vindicate my decision to not accept the call to arms, since I doubt we can fight the German armies. Okay, we'll allow the Netherlands access, that's fine. We could try and offer the UK an alliance back, though I'm not sure that really benefits us, since we'll definitely not be able to call them into any wars at the moment. They would accept, though. I'm probably not going to do that just yet. Would prefer an alliance with France or somebody. Apparently, though, we are in the UK sphere. Okay. There was no opinion, or there was no modifier to France and their acceptance of my alliance from it, I think. Okay, extra prestige gain. Maybe we'll go ahead and get realism as well. And I think we are making a decent enough amount of money to build some more army regiments, so let's go ahead and do that. Probably right up to our force limit. see, 8 infantry, hussars, and artillery. Which will cost us money for a while. Tensions in Bornu. Okay, we'll insist Bornu is ours. What kind of tension do we have over here? 43%. Bornu Liberation Movement. Okay, well that's not causing too many problems, but we could suppress it if it does start to. Fortunately, the factories that we stopped subsidizing have closed. So I might try opening 1 or 2 of these again and see if they can support themselves, since at least some of the wars that have been going on were over, but we'll maybe try that in the next episode because we're just about out of time for this one, so thanks for watching, and join me again then.